a statistic that I haven't addressed in the book that's become like bluntly clear through my chaplaincy training at the hospital. In the book, I mostly address like the overall population, and I address the younger population. And with the work in the hospital, I was like, how many of the elderly population go through these really hard times of being hospitalized or
Mm,
going through an oncology journey or Alzheimer's disease, you name it, all the sort of inevitable things that may happen as we age. And the research from last year says it's only 40%. I say only because I have more to say about it. It's 40% of the elderly population in America has no social support, which means they have no access to a family member or a friend. And the only people that they're in touch with are the nurses or the caretakers that they pay for. And sometimes when I'm sitting with the patient and they're even being moved into hospice or, in worst case scenario, a lot of the times I just want them to unburden their heart and just call their daughter back or call their son or reach out to a friend that they haven't talked to in a while. And sometimes the pride is so strong because our society says to need is weakness. So
yeah.
we have patients that ended up, moving on into the other side, into with Buddhist beliefs into another life, perhaps, or with Christian Judeo-Christian beliefs into heaven, with a burden in their heart. Do you know what I mean? Because of pride. And after speaking to social workers and seeing it myself, the research isn't accurate. It's too conservative, Lynn. We're
Mm,
looking like 60 to 70% of the elderly population enters the hospital and goes through their hospitalization alone. And that out of you can ask me what's the hardest thing about this part of your expression? That caring for people, and I'm welling up already and choking up just thinking about how these people go through this time in their lives alone. And our department is robust, and it's one of our Cedar Sinai has one of the best spiritual care teams. And still, there's maybe like 12 chaplains available, and we have 1,000 beds. There's never enough time to see every patient. And also, a lot of the patients associate us with religion, associate us with a plaque of like religious authority, which is so not what we're there to do. We're there to unburden. We're there to listen. We're there to be a friend, which is the plea of this book. Make contact, be socially integrated. Don't wait until your last days to be like, oh, my priorities were wrong. You know, I missed this vital nutritional need that's a biological need, a psychological need, a spiritual need on all fronts and all aspects of 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 being human. Connection is a vital nutritional need that we underscore. And we don't look at it as like food, water, sunshine. We believe it's like, no, no, it's okay. But the truth, the research shows it different. And also, the
mm,
esoteric data shows different, the scientific data shows different. And we just have to align and try. And I know it's hard, and I know it's awkward, and I know we're afraid of being rejected and abandoned again and hurt again. I've been there too. I'm not writing from a place of privilege that I didn't experience this. I'm writing because I decided to change my life and actually have friends that could come and meet me when my mother died. To have
right.
friends who left Florida as they're going about their days. I said, my mom just died. Can you be here tomorrow for her funeral? That kind of a friend, you know, like that kind of experience where I am walking through my mother's funeral and I'm disoriented, disassociating, literally dizzy, sounds are muffled, my entire body is frazzled, and I have a friend who can walk me around the space. So things like that we don't have to do the hard things alone. And we don't have to be the only one celebrating ourselves.